Shio Nagata, everybody. We're going to look at a math problem with creating volume of composite solids. So putting two shapes together to get a bigger volume. And we're going to use a rectangular prism and a triangular prism to make a barn. So we're going to start with our objects here, and we don't have a rectangular prism, but we are going to go with the cube. And what we can do with the cube is kind of stretch it out and change the shape to make a rectangular prism. And so here we got a green cube, and what we're going to do is these three buttons allow you to alter or transform the shape. This first one here is move or translate, and you should know how to about that, which is just sliding. And we can translate this shape up or down. We can translate it side to side. We can translate it forward and back, and you basically just click on that line arrow and it'll give you, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Click on it and drag it over here. And so we can also rotate or turn it in 3 different dimensions, and it shows you the degrees. So I'm going to rotate it all the way around, and that's basically 360 degrees. It's kind of neat. And then we've got this one, which is scale or dilate. So if we just scale, we can drag here and it'll be a similar shape. Same shape, but just a different size. So length, width, and height are all the same. But we don't want to do that. Remember, we want a rectangular prism. We want to change one of the dimensions or multiple dimensions. So to do that, I'll show you how to do that. You want to click individually on the direction. And so if I'm looking at our problem in the barn, it should be 40 feet wide. We'll just turn that into 40 millimeters. So if you notice over here, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 millimeters. And remember, 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter. So each of these squares is 1 centimeter square. All right. So 40, we want to, so we're happy with that. It is 50 long, so I'm going to click here and we're going to change this to 50. Notice this is unlocked, and make sure this is unlocked. Click on and off. That allows us to change just one dimension. If it's locked, it would change all of them at the same time, and we don't want to do that, because remember, we're changing the shape. It will no longer be the same, no longer similar or congruent. So stretched. And then it said the barn is 15 feet tall. So I'm going to click down here, 15, unlocked, accept. And so here is our barn. And because this is a touch screen, I can actually touch off the side and rotate this if I wanted to see it. Now this thing is kind of hovering in the air, and that's going to throw me off. So we want to go to the move. We want to drag that down to the ground. And right there you can kind of see how it just kind of jumps solid, and I know that that's on the ground, and we can check. Perfect. So there's our barn kind of shaping up. I do not see our triangular prism that we need for our roof. I see a pyramid, but if I drag that out, notice I moved here to drag it out. I don't get that roof line. You could have a roof like that, but in the problem, that's not there. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to press delete. That is not what we need. Okay, I'm not sure what a wedge is, but let's take a look. I'm going to touch on the side and kind of look around. Oh, that does look like our triangular prism. It's got a triangle base, it stretches. 2 triangle bases there. We're going to use this. So we need to match the base of this one, which was 40 by 50. 40 was correct in this direction, XY, or X, and we want to change this to 50. Here this is unlocked, accept. Now the height of this in our problem, the height of the roof is only changing one dimension. Accept. Notice it's kind of hovering off the ground a little bit. Now I'll make sure that you don't try and move this now, because right now we're in scaling or dilating. We want to hit the move or translate. So I'm going to move this up. High enough, am I? Move up. I just felt it kind of pop into place right there. It visually popped into place. Now I'm going to leave it there and slide it on top. So now let's rotate it around. See, it is comfortably sitting over top of that thing. So we have our barn. We now know the dimensions of this, and we can design this in any way we want with different colors. Shigona blue roof, and you have successfully put those together. What we want to now do is click on the green and blue if we can. Edit. Make sure you go to edit. We'll click select all. We want to group them. So now it moves as a group, which is one. And if you were going to make a little house scene here, you could actually duplicate and make little houses and whatnot. We could cut this out. And actually what we may want to do is hollow this out if we were going to 3D print it, and I'll show you how to do that. We want to go to edit, and we want to hollow the entire thing out. That saves on printing and time. So it is hollowing it out right now at 1 millimeter thickness. That's really thin. That can break very easily. So let's redo this, and let's go to 3 millimeter thickness. Alright, and hollow it out. And now we can print. Alright, thanks everybody. Ski.